What conspiracy theory do you believe in the most? I think some memes are started by businesses as a form of free advertising. The recent Duolingo memes got me thinking more about it. Duolingo wasn't a small app at the time, but it became a lot more popular after the fact. There have been other memes revolving around a particular product brand as well that make me think this is happening on a strategic level beyond some kid thinking it'd be hella funny to do this or that. That people give themselves Reddit gold to make their comment post seem more important. I believe that the company 23andMe will sell our information to insurance companies and medical companies in the future. Like the CEO was Anne Wojcicki married to Google co-founder Sergey Brin. All those DNA ancestor sites are giving the government your DNA for their record. I believe that the government probably makes some conspiracy theories to try to make questioning the government seem somewhat crazy. Coca-Cola tested HFCS in place of sugar and found that while the taste was similar, people could tell the difference. They brought out new Coke to cleanse people's palates and waited until as much of the original formula products had been sold as they could. Then they cancelled New Coke and brought back Coke Classic, which was the HCFS version, and people didn't have any original stuff left to compare it to. The only reason they made New Coke was to act as a buffer so people wouldn't notice the change in ingredients. Marshmello doesn't actually produce his own music. My biggest piece of evidence is the creator arcade videos. He speaks and navigates Ableton like someone with only a basic knowledge of music production. He does everything number by number. Producers don't do that. You can't just instantly know that sound needs a boost of exactly 1 decibel at exactly 1.2 kHz without even listening to the sound first. He randomly pauses every now and then, presumably to be fed lines, and he seems to lack even a basic understanding of music theory, recreating MIDI by randomly clicking in notes with no regard for the key of the song. Someone with the level of skill he demonstrates should not be capable of making radio quality hits. Not really one single conspiracy theory, but I do feel like seemingly, quite often if a big political scandal is breaking, something tends to happen that dominates the news cycle for a little bit. A shooting, celebrity controversy, something. 2 related to the US military. And NBSP. The US government pushed high school football on kids to get them in shape during the Cold War. And NBSP. The US government doesn't have free tuition for colleges due to many members of the military joining specifically to get college paid for. It would massively decrease the enlisted count. My dog is still living on a farm somewhere 47 years later. The recommended amount to use in laundry detergent cups are 30% higher than necessary. Not so much a conspiracy theory as a little-known fact, because the head of the CIA admitted it, but the USA orchestrated a coup of the Prime Minister of Australia in 1975. Area 51 is just a front that was allowed to become popular in the public eye, but actually has nothing of value. Not saying aliens in bases exist, just saying Area 51 is allowed to be the popular, secret base thing to cover up actual secrets. I must correct my previous statement. Camp David is a retreat, not an emergency location. However, that could also be a front. Also not downplaying what the airmen at 51 do, just saying that what they do now is not likely as top secret as people are led to believe. Something ducking weird is happening with YouTube kids. Elsagate. I would say Mattress Firm, but that shit is so 2018. That the 2016 clowns were a marketing rouse to promote IT, the movie, by reminding people that clowns are scary as shit. You guys remember the end of the world theory that the rapture would happen on May 21, 2011. Macho Man Randy Savage died on May 20, 2011. Basically, Macho Man Randy Savage died to save humanity, shouldering all of our sins. Michael Bay is a genius auteur who makes shitty movies on purpose. It's like his own little societal experiment, where he sees how shitty he can make a movie that still makes money, all while making fun of his audience for his own personal amusement. The art world is basically a low-key way for rich people and companies to launder money, which is why the stupidest, most odd of paintings randomly go for hundreds of millions of dollars. That our phones are always recording, at least audio, to target advertising of course, but more secret agent things as well. My mother-in-law talking at dinner about how hard it is to train for a marathon now that she is over the age of 55. I get ads all over Reddit, Google, whatever that read, over 50 and a runner. Check out this random product, within 4 hours of the conversation. I know there was a bunch of stuff about this, but I think every company denied it. Could be wrong though. Planned obsolescence, if it's still a conspiracy theory. Why does my phone suddenly develop unseen issues when the new one is released? It's not a coincidence. And who even asked for these tech companies to release a new phone every year? We live in a time where technology is now growing at a rather slower pace compared to the 2000s when there was rapid innovation. It's not like my current phone is getting crappier in 1 year, but wait, it is. Applies to phones, tablets, smartwatches, basically most rather expensive internet-connected devices receiving updates. There's a recent increase in realistic space colonization movies to garner interest in space exploration, because some people at the top know it's needed. Marilyn Monroe was absolutely killed by the government. JFK being shot by the intelligence services. Moon's haunted and NASA is covering it up. Male birth control advancements are being squashed by the pharma companies who produce the female contraceptive pill because of all the money the pill generates despite it causing so many unsavory side effects. Example, Visalgal, a non-invasive treatment for men that mimic a vasectomy but is completely reversible. It's been around since 2010 but can't get funding. I think it's because it is a once-off, maybe more than once depending on number of kids you want, treatment and reversal and not a daily dose, so it is not a constant income. Why fund something that won't give you a steady stream of money, even if it means a healthier society? That Avril Lavigne died in the mid-2000s and her record label hired someone who looked like her to take over her career. Michael Jordan didn't decide to step away from the NBA to play baseball to honor his dad or anything like that. He got caught gambling and David Stern couldn't allow the league to lose all credibility with its biggest star being suspended for betting on games. He had him take a couple years off instead of publicly punishing him. KFC has been intentionally making the biscuits drier to sell more drinks. That Hot Ones makes the last chicken wing less spicy than they used to because somebody threatened to sue them. That the US government has staged attacks to justify a war. The military shot down United Airlines 93 over Pennsylvania on 9/11. They knew it was hijacked and on its way to Washington, D.C. and scrambled jets were right next to it when it went down. Plus several witnesses saw an explosion in the sky before it crashed. Totally justified given everything happening that day, but the government would never want to admit it shot down a commercial aircraft full of innocent Americans over America. If you like it and want to see more, please like the video and subscribe.